Hello everybody, my name is Ash, and I'm going to bring you some gameplay of the human Artificer. And reason why I'm doing this, and this is going to be a revisit episode, I want a bit of redemption, because the last video and this video came out when the Artificer came out as a meet the video. Look at that dislike ratio, and I don't know why. I thought the gameplay was okay. I thought I did a good job explaining and showing off the character, but apparently calling the game dead is bad karma, apparently. I don't know. This was like when the game was still releasing content, and I was saying, game is dead. It takes like 2 hours. No, it doesn't. It takes about 20 minutes for me to get people to join a lobby, you know, and even quick matching, you know, any would result in me going into an empty lobby by myself. So I figured, you know what, let's do it again, and this time let's try and keep the dislike ratio a bit, you know. So anyway, this gameplay, it's going to be a post-commentary by the way. I've already got the gameplay. I just wanted to do this little introduction because I didn't initially want to record any more videos, but I was playing the game and I had the recording software open, using the Elgato capture card on my second computer, so you could do like a time shift sort of thing. You know, if something cool happens, you can rewind, capture it. So I ended up accidentally doing another gold solo, and what I mean by that is I don't necessarily go for solo games. Personally, I don't find them fun because they take a lot of time and patience, and it's just not worth the time. Honestly, like between like the credits you earn and the time it takes to get them, it's just not my thing. If people enjoy doing them or enjoy watching them, you know, more power to you. I can understand the appeal. You know, it's a good challenge, but me, it's not my thing. So basically, right off the bat, I'm using a Parsiphon 10. So I guess that pretty much sums up what that's pretty much the epitome of like solo. I've seen a few solo videos with Rosa Rads instead, but typically the Parsiphon is usually the best weapon to use. It's got a decent weight, very good damage, and it heals you very quickly because it's a beam weapon. Put it this way, the Par is like the most. I don't know if I would call it overpowered, but it is definitively the strongest weapon in the game. To the point that whenever you play a game where people are using the sniper rifle, it's like a sniper rifle skirmish or something. I don't know what we got on today. Like, we don't have any. Like, if it was a sniper rifle skirmish or a shotgun skirmish, people will still go into the game with a par and dominate because the weapon is that good, even with a 50% weapon nerf in certain lobbies. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I should probably explain what build I've got on here. So, Parsiphon, operative package, which gives you weapon damage and tech damage. Boosters I had on was cryo rounds, and to be fair, I'm not too sure what my other booster was. It might have been the assault rifle amp, or I'm not, you know, honestly, I can't remember because like I said, the gameplay that I captured was completely accidental. Like, the only thing I could tell was I was using the cryo rounds because cryo rounds is affected by cryo beam, which if you guys don't know from my engineer double feature video, the cryo beam snap freeze ability affects anything that causes ice. So if it's on a turret, or cryo rounds, or the remnant melee gauntlet. So this character does have the ice punch. So if you use that, even that can like proc the snap freeze ability. And you'll see in the gameplay coming up that I do manage to get a few domino effects. You know, nuking a load of people, and it's very, very, very useful to have. So I go with usually go with damage to make sure that shatter ability is as hard hitting as possible. Radius, so I can get multiple enemies at once, and snap freeze. Snap freeze is so good. I don't mind cryo trap, but like snap freeze is just so satisfying. It's so satisfying. Remnant VI 3 points because I didn't want to max out defense drone. Invasion, got it spec'd out for like area of effect, so it's kind of the same as my original build video, or original meet the video, where it's all centered around causing little explosions all over the place. So it's not detonations or combos, but like independent explosions with offensive. Oh, whoops a daisy! What am I doing? Offensive tech. We've got power damage, anti-armor, so anything that is near the snap freezing and cryo abilities will get messed up pretty bad. And the elemental defense, which will make our cryo beam victims a lot weaker. Defense drone. Now, I guess you could max this out. Maybe you should, but I'm kind of satisfied with the 5. You know, the drone heal reduction and drone attack cooldown, and the drone attack damage and range. I purely use these for the sake of defending myself against dogs, like dog class enemies, like the wraiths, the addies, and the I guess the breaches to a lesser extent. But with these, you know, you get stuff sneaking up on you, you shock them, and it stops them from like grabbing you or stunning you. And also it also lets you know when shit's behind you, because the enemies are very quiet in this game, much to our detriment. So you can expect it to do more damage or heals more often, but I'm not really into that. I don't know. I don't know about the other tree. I feel like you're doing a disservice not picking the defense drone orientated ones, because like this is so vanilla that it's like you could play as anything else. Like, I don't know, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, let's move over to the gameplay, and I will see you in a second. Alright, gameplay time. So, when I said this was an accidental gold solo, it's much like the Meet the Human Guardian video that I did, where I booted up a game, it's public, anyone can join, it's gold, I'm just here waiting for people to join, and lo and behold, no one ever joins. Just an example of the snap freeze there. It affected cryo beam, it caused that wraith to explode, which effectively caused the barrels that I was stood next to exploding. And the snap freeze has like a domino effect. Like I killed 3 enemies at once with that 1 melee attack, and I didn't even know that there was 3 enemies there. I don't know where the 3rd guy was. But the whole idea is to weaken them with the invasion, and then use the cryo beam to weaken them even further. Oh my god, look at that! A prime example. Cryo ammo is affected by snap freeze on the cryo beam, because I just got a load of kills with the poor siphon, and I only shot at 1 person. Isn't that amazing? Like, it's incredible. This might be old news to people, because the game is a couple of years old at this point. And honestly, like, I'll be posting this up on the ME Co-op subreddit, so most of the people on that subreddit will probably know about this already. For those who don't know, now you know. Like I said, I'm not really good at these solo things, so I'm just sat here bunkering down and hoping for the best. I usually like to play really aggressively, so like I said, like the whole solo thing is not something I like to do, because a lot of the from what I've seen in my personal experience, a lot of the solo tactics is to just bunker down in a corner and play very reserved and defensively, and only move when you get overrun or need to do an objective. Thing is, I wouldn't. I don't. I guess this is for any viewers that that might want to comment. I don't know of any like solo players that actually do the commentaries for it, be it post or live commentary, because I would like to like get into the head of like some of these guys, like get some tactics gone, learn or something, because you see like these people that do like platinum, so like platinum solos, gold solos, what have you, and they're very impressive, but I would like to know the whys of their decision making. Like, why do they choose certain locations? Why do they choose certain weapons? I mean, the poor Siphon, like, usually like, I've seen people like solo this with like a weapons class with like the poor Siphon and the poor concussive, and they just like, you know, the amount of damage that they do because of the headshots, it's ridiculous. But I would like to get in the head of some of the other MEA players, and there isn't that many, it seems. A lot of the people in the Mass Effect co-op subreddit, r/ME co-op, they mostly talk about Mass Effect 3, and I like Mass Effect 3, but there doesn't seem to be any love with this game, and I don't like, much like I said in the original video, I don't think there's anything wrong with this game. I just think its player base is just lacking, and I don't know why. I think maybe because the launch, like when this game first came out, it wasn't very optimized, I guess would be a good word, maybe. Like, it was a buggy mess, and it still can be, but it's a lot better. It's improved a lot since it's first come out. But I remember distinctively when it first came out, playing on host felt like you were playing off host on Mass Effect 3. And then between that and the what they called the fiends teleporting and lag grabbing everybody and all the frustrations that came with that, like, I'll admit it wasn't the best game at release, but the way it is now, I like it. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Massive chain kill there. To the point where the sound starts like having issues as well. It's pretty funny. But also, like, but yeah, I guess the terrible launch, because like Mass Effect 3 like had a had a demo and had a multiplayer demo, so people knew what to expect, and it came when Mass Effect 3 came out. It was excellent, and it still is excellent. I mean, they've had like tweaks here and there, but everything felt satisfying to use. And in this game, when it came out, it was a bit underwhelming. You know, I remember the powers being extremely weak and the weapons being extremely weak, so people playing on gold were pretty much having a hard time. In fact, I remember back when the only way to play gold was like to play an infiltrator using the Vanquisher, if you were lucky enough to get the Vanquisher. God, look at that. But no, like, as it is now, I mean, there's still some pros and cons to this game, and maybe I'll do I wouldn't, you know, maybe I'll do like a versus video, like, you know, what this game did better, which this game did worse, you know, between, and compare it between Mass Effect 3 and, because like a lot of my other commentaries, I do speak about this game as if it, you know, with referencing to like Mass Effect 3. You know, I even like accidentally call Turbocharge Marksman, you know, and all that malarkey. So I don't know, maybe a top 5 changes, or top 5. Oh no, I don't have a top 5, but like just bullet point in like what I'd prefer from each game, and then maybe like we can get the best of both worlds in the next game. But I doubt there's a demand for it, and who would listen to a random YouTuber like me? Now, see, I've only got the one par, mate, and you know, certain situations, and like if I'm using like a weapons class, and I'd have like the 2 different pars, like if I overheat, I'll just switch to the other one, start using that, and just juggle the 2, because like overheat a weapon, put it in your pocket, pull it, and then pull it back out. It's no longer overheated, and it's pretty much quicker than like. It's pretty much quicker than Oh, look at that. Dirty. But yeah, it's pretty much quicker than reloading. Now, granted, I got lucky here with the objectives. Luckily there was no hack or upload, otherwise we would have been all over, but I got lucky. And, you know, frustratingly enough, you know, this is a full gold game on a public, and I'm like waiting for people to join, and I'm still like, come on, why isn't anyone joining? I think at this point I'm like realizing, shit, this is going to be a gold solo. I might actually be able to do this if I can complete this objective wave. I've pretty much got it in the bag. The only problem is like the amount of times I've done a solo and then people join in at wave 7. I'm like, you motherfucker! Like, people, it happens so often. Like, you do a solo, nobody joins. You've had the most awful like objectives. Like, you've had to do an upload on wave 3 and a hack on wave 6. You finally get it, and then it's time to extract, and someone joins on wave 7, takes the credits, and then leaves the lobby. And then you're sat in the lobby by yourself for another 20 minutes waiting for someone to join. Like, it's frustrating. Am I allowed to like say that this game's dead, you know, 2 years after my original video? I think I'm allowed. Or am I going to get 21 dislikes again? I don't know. To be fair, 21 dislikes is good, because it means at least 21 people have watched my video and rated it. I don't really get that many votes. But I guess maybe it's because the game was still relatively new. The class came out, so there was a bit of a demand for that video. Now this here, I was trying to like, I thought, you know what, there's not enough red bars here. I could probably do another snap freeze nuke. Thank fuck that Wraith didn't stagger me there, otherwise it would have been all over. Yeah, I was trying to do like a snap freeze nuke, because Ascendants are very easy to like just destroy. If you've got a lot of red bars around them, granted it helps if you get rid of their shields first, but if you get a load of red bars near an Ascendant and do the cryo beam snap freeze to all of them and kill them all, it'll emanate enough damage to actually just flat out kill a full health Ascendant, even with the little orb being at full health. And that was kind of the technique I was going with. That's kind of why I went with Ket, because much like in Mass Effect 3 when I wanted to use the Paladin and I wanted to just use the just spam cryo explosions constantly, I would just go with Geth, you know, snap freeze, energy drain, because energy drain always works with synthetics. It meant I was guaranteed a cryo explosion. I nearly killed that Wraith with by punching a wrong enemy. But yeah, I'm like sweating here. I'm out of revive. Oh no, I'm out of the med kits. I've got 1 revive left. I've got, you know, kind of nervous. There we go. Look at that. And the sound can't keep up with all the things. Yeah, luckily this is keeping me somewhat alive. There we go. God damn. So I understand. So if you made it this far into the video, yeah, this even though this is a post commentary and not a live, the direction of what I'm saying is all over the place, and it's very rambly. But there's not much to say. Like, you know, I hit invasion, I get rid of people's shields, I hit the snap freeze, I use the cryo beams. I use the cryo beams to get snap freeze, use cryo ammo to get snap freeze, and I, you know, sometimes punch them. I didn't get any punching snap freezes, but hey, I got the cryo ammo and I got a cryo beam one, so it's all good. Pretty decent gameplay, not the best, you know, made a lot of mistakes. In fact, you know, I had to self-revive 4 times and I had to use all my med kits. But, hey, what can you do? What can you do? And that was a human artificer. I hope you guys enjoyed, and who knows, maybe I'll do another video at some point. Maybe. I don't know. That's looking at all my build there. Said. Alright. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.